Computers suck. This is the Roll Skull podcast.
When are they going to put Mr. Kaczynski in my game?
Hello, everybody. We're Reddit Sephiroth, also known as Zakk, and Polypede Works, coming to you live from California. No, not Cloud. Or wherever we are. The Midwest.
You might think that we're in the middle of a wildfire, given this.
Oh, Lord. Well, it is what it is. How you doing, buddy? Happy New Year.
I saw the best meme about the current state of America right now.
Yeah.
Where one side is completely lit on fire, the other side is completely shattered in ice, and it's just a picture of Aka Inu versus Kuzan.
Yeah, it is kind of like that. Our hearts go out to
America is now punk hazard.
Our hearts go out to those suffering through these difficult times.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but yeah, they turned Reed Richards into Monkey D. Luffy.
He's immaculate, dude.
He's amazing. He's fantastic.
He's certainly fantastic. He feels more like a Luffy ideal than something like Pirate Warriors. It's crazy.
Yeah, he does. This is what I imagine what Luffy...
Because I've gotten about... Go on.
You go on. Continue, please.
So I've got like 5 matches in with him, and yeah. Good God. Just the fact that all of his punches are active hitboxes so that you could stretch them out and then swing them to the left and still nail hits. They also pierce through enemies, so if you just like swing your arm through an entire group of enemies, you hit everyone, it does crazy damage. And for some reason they made him a barrier healer.
Oh wow. So I'm glad we're getting 2 tanks this season.
I don't know why they didn't just make him a tank, dog.
Oh.
He has so much HP. The man is impossible to kill.
Oh, man. Oh, cool. I can't wait for Ben Grimm. I was talking to you about this before the show. It's so funny that they never put Fantastic Four in anything. Because the only thing I can recall in recent years, like 10 years ago, was that they put Super Skrull and and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but that wasn't the Fantastic Four. It was just all 4 of them together, rather, in one guy.
It's insane to me, considering that Marvel probably would not exist without the Fantastic Four.
Right?
Like, they weren't Marvel's first comic, but they were really their first, like, major breakout hit. The Fantastic Four was the most important superhero group of all time. More than the Avengers, more than the Justice League, more than anything. It was always, like, the Fantastic Four. They were the groundwork for all of it, dude. And just because, like, Sony has failed them so ridiculously hard...
we're gonna talk about Sony. Oh my god, I'm concerned. But yeah, go on.
It's like it amazes me because Sony, they got Spider-Man perfectly.
Yeah,
with the original movie trilogy, they got Spider-Man perfectly, and they did X-Men really, really well too.
They did.
But it's just every single time they try to trot up the Fantastic Four, something goes terribly wrong.
And I have to say, for the young lad in me who has always had a crush on Susan Storm, both when Jessica Alba played her, and then and the one cartoon that was on like Nickelodeon back in the day that looked really cool. That was like by Moonscape Studios or whatever, and She-Hulk was in that cartoon as well. I have always liked Susan Storm, so the fact that she's in here like this is crazy. I can only
the fact that they put Ultimate Reed Richards,
the maker, babe.
Ultimate Reed Richards. They put ultimate characters in my thing. I'm flabbergasted. I love the fact that the maker's in the game.
It's so cool. Now, what are they going to do with Mr. Benjamin?
That is a good question, man, because like Ben Grimm is very simple, right?
Yeah.
He's a lot like the Hulk, where he's just a big punch guy. But I guess you could do stuff with his like rock armor, because a lot of his big like gigantic fights do rely upon the fact that like he's practically invulnerable, right, but his armor can be shredded if he's fighting a strong enough opponent. So they might do something with that where he has like a load of armor that if you get through, he becomes a lot weaker.
Right.
Or maybe he'll have some sort of resource on him that gives him damage reduction based off of the resource.
Oh.
And then if you use moves and the resource comes back, you could do something like that. Like, I think a lot like, in a way, kind of like, I guess like D.Va from Overwatch.
Yeah.
Where D.Va had armor instead of regular HP. And if you managed to get through the armor, then the regular HP took like no damage at all, but the armor had like extra damage reduction.
I'll have to play
maybe
her.
Something along those lines.
I have to play her, but isn't that how like Spider Baby works? Penny Parker?
Sort of. Penny Parker is like a regen tank. Where if you have a whole bunch of mines around you, then you just get a lot of regeneration.
That's fair. Okay. That's fascinating though. Now I remember in a comic, I don't know which one this is. I'm not a American comic aficionado, but like I think Ben got like some disease or something, and his rock pieces were falling off.
I don't know about that one. I just know that they do a lot of stuff with Ben.
Yeah.
But like in like my favorite, obviously, Ultimate Ben Grimm is so funny because in Ultimate Fantastic Four, Ben Grimm is a chrysalis, right? He's like a cocoon, and he breaks out of his shell and becomes a purple crystal man.
They should do that.
No reason, really. It's just kind of cool.
They should do that. That's sick. And that would make him different. So,
the core of him is like he got to like the man can shrug off hits from the Hulk.
Yeah, right.
The man is indestructible. It's crazy. But everybody wants his skin because it's harder than diamond.
It's crazy.
So I'm thinking maybe have his skin break off.
Yeah.
And then you can re-up it with certain abilities or something along those lines.
It's also crazy that for like so many years we have never had the Hulk versus the Thing in a video game.
Yeah.
I don't recall it ever happening. Not even like in Hulk Ultimate Destruction back on like the Xbox.
Yeah, but Ultimate Destruction didn't want to have... That was when Marvel was selling off all of their properties.
True.
So they probably couldn't get all of that stuff. I don't even know who owned the Hulk at that point.
Yeah.
But it was very hard to do crossover events back in those days.
Fair.
Plus, I'm just happy that we have a good Hulk game.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, we've had one. It wasn't called the Hulk, though. Called Prototype.
Oh, yeah. No, that was the Venom game.
True. No, you're right.
That's the cool Venom game.
He is just Venom, ain't he? That's wild.
Basically. You can eat people like Venom does.
Yeah.
You can steal people's powers and gain ability from absorbing like Venom does. You can climb on walls and run and do cool tentacle attacks like Venom. He's basically just Venom.
He is. That's wild to think about.
But we love him for it.
We do. So
I guess you could call it the Carnage game if you want to be a little bit more particular about it.
And then in Prototype 2 is just Carnage versus Venom, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's another guy, I forgot his name. I have it, I never played it. Prototype 2. But I know there's another guy who beats the main guy wearing the hoodie.
Whoa.
So yeah.
And we have to get even stronger in killing people.
Yes. But man, I'm just impressed by all of this.
Yeah. I'm so happy that the Fantastic Four are finally getting a spotlight on them.
Yeah.
It's been but like the biggest missed causes in all of comics in general, in all of American comics, it's like them and the Lantern Corps.
Yeah, they always get rocked. That's terrible.
I cannot believe that we have never had a good Green Lantern movie.
Or game or anything. Like, it's
You're
nuts.
telling me you can't create a funny buddy cop, space buddy cop action show on, I don't know, who owns Green Lantern right now? Max?
Yeah.
HBO?
Yeah, because Warner Brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You can't create a fun space cop romp? Nah.
but Zakk, if it's not Superman or Batman, they don't know what to do. And they don't know what to do half the time when it's Superman, so... But we have hope.
Dude, they dropped the ball on the Flash somehow.
That was a shame.
At least the CW show had a couple of good seasons, though, so...
Yeah.
The Flash has had his... He was also a really good... He's so good in Justice League.
Yeah.
Not the movie, but the show.
Yeah, the show. Like... Oh, well, they've never had the ball in Plastic... Well, they had him in Brave and the Bold. Plastic Man?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only good show he's been in. The one Justice League show, it's funny because he sounds like Master Shake. But like...
Yeah.
But that's not...
Like, my whole thing with Plastic Man is, like... He's a little bit of a lesser-known character, though. He's not, like, bringing in the big bucks like the Fantastic Four.
Right.
With that legacy and all that. Like, he's not such an automatic, for-sure home run.
Yeah. That's true.
Green Lantern should be that.
Yeah, he should be.
But nah.
Especially,
We had the one Ryan Reynolds show that did not do anything at all, and then we just gave up on the concept in total.
well, no. There was a cartoon that was really good, but then they canceled that, so...
Mm-hmm.
A CGI...
Dog,
Go on.
Zack Schneider put Cyborg on the Justice League before Green Lantern.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Are you kidding me?
Which never looks good. And it's kind of weird because I don't know if you remember him from the cartoons, but he was in that a lot. The Justice League cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
He's a science guy. He's supposed to be the third smartest man in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And he also was on a team, which it's weird because they tried to copy the Fantastic Four, DC did, because it was him, Plastic Man, Metamorpho, and like Ghost Girl.
Uh-huh.
And they went on missions and stuff. I think that run ended because it didn't make any money. Oh!
Yeah, that's about right.
No! But yeah.
Like, dog, up until now that the MCU is putting Tony Stark in the role, nobody understands what Doctor Doom is.
Yeah.
Nobody understands how unbelievably powerful Doctor Doom is.
Yeah, no, he gets it done. Oh, and he's the best. Victor Von Doom.
Victor Von Doom. A man survives. Doom endures.
I love you, Doom.
He's so cool.
He's so cool. You know, that conversation we had about you being converted by Astrobot?
Uh-huh.
This is converting me from DC.
That's fair.
Because my God, you can only stick with somebody so long after taking so many L's.
I mean, DC just doesn't have faith in what makes them good anymore.
And it's weird because you come out with good things like the Penguin, right? I love the Penguin show, but you have to ruin it at the end because if it's not Joker, we don't believe in it. That's what that tells me, which is like, my God, let something breathe.
Well, let's be honest. Even Joker.
Oh, they really love ruining Joker. One good
Even Joker. Dog, did you see Joker 2?
I could not. I couldn't.
I love how they ruined it on purpose. I love the cojones on them.
Because I watched a whole video dissection about that, and that's supposed to be a destructive art piece of some sort. Like, it's supposed to say something.
There are so many of those right now, like anti-art that's coming out.
Oh my god.
Like, The Matrix was the same thing.
Oh.
Because remember when the newest Matrix came out, and they just made it about how much they don't want to make a new Matrix movie, but they were given a boatload of money, so here we are.
That's crazy.
Here's the things that you guys wanted. Aren't you happy that Neo is doing it again?
And then Keanu Reeves woke up and he was a hedgehog. Live and learn!
Dude, Sonic 3 was so soulful.
I need to watch it. Oh my god.
He does the Akira slide up a building, dude.
That's sick. Shadow the Hedgehog is so back. Shadow for Smash, for real though, please. Pretty please. Also, we're jumping around a little bit, but it just pains me that Penguin will always be better than Joker, and they will never see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get why the Joker is around. He's just really boring.
The Joker's had way better solo runs than Penguin.
Yeah.
So he's got like that culture that endures. Like, let's be honest. The Penguin never had a killing joke.
No, he did not.
And as cringe as that comic is, I mean, it got the job done. People swoon over it.
Yeah. And it's often allotted as like the end of Batman.
It's lauded as the greatest piece of Batman fiction ever created.
Yeah.
Because people really like dark, edgy stories, I guess. But, you know.
But it just, I don't know. Maybe I read too much One Piece. But it's just like Penguin exists in the world. And it's interesting to see him operate.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to Joker, let's burn everything down and blow up hospitals or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
the Penguin is here, like, you understand the Penguin's motive. It's not like, haha, lay chaos is funny. The Penguin's motive is, let's make some cash money.
Let's get some cash, let's get some influence, let's run this town. I like that.
But, like, I'm more of a Riddler guy.
That's fair.
When it comes down to Batman's rogues gallery. It's one thing I like about Batman is, like, everybody can have a favorite character.
Yeah.
From Batman's villains.
And the Riddler is also better than Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's more...
The Riddler just makes more sense as a foil to Batman.
He do.
Because, like, the whole thing about, like... Well, I don't know. No. I guess it really... it depends on what aspect of Batman you... What aspect of Batman do you, like, attach yourself to the most?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, are you into, like, Batman's ability to, like, strategize and fight? Are you the power scaler in the Batman fandom, right?
Yeah.
Then you're probably gonna be a big fan of, like, Bane or Ra's al Ghul, right?
Yeah.
Are you into Batman's idea as, like, a status symbol who has this double life? Then probably you're going to be drawn to the Penguin, because the Penguin is about having the money, the status, the influence, while also running a double life. If you're into, like, the surface level, like, I am a pillar of justice and vengeance, I am a symbol of overwhelming law, then you're probably going to dig the Joker. Because he's like, law versus chaos. You could have been this if you just had one bad day, kind of deal, right?
Right.
That's the thing about Batman, is like, you could like his villains based off of what you like about Batman. I like the fact that Batman is the world's greatest detective.
And that's fair.
I like Batman, like, solving crime which works really well for the Riddler because he turns crime into a game that Batman has to solve. He literally gamifies detective work. It's cool.
Which I'm going to take a stance here. Riddler and Penguin, to me, play more into what Batman is than most of the Rogues Gallery. Well, no, I would say that, and then Ra's al Ghul is important because
Ra's is the ultimate.
He, to me, should be where the Joker is, but he's not, and that's fine.
Yeah, because Ra's al Ghul is literally Batman, but evil.
Right. And then, like, too, you play into, like, the, I guess, vampire aspect of it, because he comes back with the Lazarus Pit, so, like, I can never die, I'm eternal. But then you have, with the Riddler, he's the ultimate, like, chess opponent to Batman. But then with Penguin, in terms of thematics, it's very interesting that we have a man who models himself after one of the mammals in the world that can fly, and he fights a guy who's a
bird who can't. Yeah,
exactly. It's perfect, and then they both have gadgets. It's all very good, and then we get to the Joker, and we mess it all up because whatever.
Because chaos is funny. Put him on a shirt, Batman.
Oh.
There are no laws for the Pokemon, Batman. No, Joker, don't do it.
But oh Lord.
But like Ra's al Ghul is, if you're into like the themes of Batman, like the true core themes of Batman, of like the stories and like the darker, edgier parts of the character, Ra's al Ghul is your guy. Because Ra's al Ghul is, every single element of him is literally just Bruce. If Bruce didn't have what's the word I'm looking for?
Code of honor? Ethics?
Not code of honor. If he didn't have like an appreciation for life.
Fair. Good.
Because Ra's al Ghul is an assassin. He's the Batman that kills. He also could just come back if he dies in his prime.
That's so good.
And like that's one of the core themes of Batman is like, I don't kill because it'll make me, like I said, how do you want to read the story? Do you want to read the story as in, I don't want to kill people because I have an appreciation for life because I know what it's like to lose everything? Or do you want to be the guy that goes, I don't want to kill because then I'll be just like the villains that I'm trying to stop? Ra's or the Joker.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Batman is such a storied villain. Or not villain. Such a storied character.
Yeah.
It's awesome. He's one of the guys I'm glad that has gotten it as good as he's gotten. Because Batman does it, like, Batman and Spider-Man, they certainly deserve it.
They do.
And they've had it perfectly. They've had perfect movies. They've had perfect games. They've had it perfect. It's incredible. Those are the two characters that movie guys understand most out of anyone. Them and like Tony Stark. Are, and that's just because like Robert Downey Jr. just is. He's him.
Yeah, he's him.
He's him.
Make a Punisher movie. Don't be a coward.
Dog, we already got the Punisher show, and it was great.
It was good. Cause wait, no, I saw him in
season 1 was good. Season 1 was good. Season 2 was trying to push towards a new show. Season 2 was a walking commercial.
Fair. Oh,
it's either that or I might be thinking of season 2 of Daredevil, which is just the Punisher show.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. Huh.
Those first 2 seasons of Daredevil.
I wanted Fisk to win so bad. I was on board with anything Fisk said. I'm like, that's my guy.
That's my guy.
Taking his lady out to dinner, like, I love him. Who is this bum in the pajamas? Give me him. walking out in the white suit. My God.
Yeah.
Oh,
good Lord. Wilson Fisk understands. He knows how to get it done.
And that's why I felt when I watched Penguin, I'm like, Oswald, come! Oh!
They get it. They understand.
Oh, I know that man. I know him. Yeah. And then they ruin it. I'm like, all right, it's a comic book show. Okay. I hate he killed his right hand man. I hate that so much. I'll never forgive them. Because it's funny because in the write-ups, that's meant to make you hate the Penguin.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make me hate the Penguin at all. It makes me hate the people who wrote that. Because it was perfect. He made so much sense. He did so many logical things.
Uh-huh.
But whatever.
We call it bad booking.
Yeah.
When in wrestling, there's a term called Anyway, in wrestling, there's a term called acquiring heat, right?
Yeah.
Being able to get heat is very important for like a bad guy, like a heel wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Because when you come out, you want people to be booing you. So there are many ways that people actually acquire heat. And it's very funny to watch like everybody have like a different idea for it. And you can have it acquire genuinely, right? One of the biggest things about wrestling, I'm going off on a huge tangent. That's sorry.
That's cool. Go for
it. I'm rambling because I'm trying to get my words together. So effectively, the best way to get heat is like naturally, right? Obviously.
Right.
The idea is you want to build up a guy. You want him to be like a baby face. You want him to be the good guy. You want him to be Superman coming out and defending the weak and smiting all of the villains in wrestling, right?
Yeah.
And you want to give them glory, accolades, power, have it corrupt them, and at the absolute height of their popularity, have them turn on everything and become the villain.
That makes sense.
So give them like Super Eye Patch Wolf has a wonderful video about Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Who is the biggest wrestler on the planet right now. And Roman Reigns was a guy that they were trying really, really hard to get people to like.
Yeah.
And he just came out, was all smiles, won without any real issues or problems. He just came out and won, and because he won a lot, you're supposed to like him. And people hated him because they liked everyone else on the roster, and they felt like corporate was like pushing this guy, shoving this guy in their face, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, he isn't like the abs, like, it's horrible. Not even The Rock could get people to like this guy.
Oh, no.
Not even The Rock. Not even 2014 Rock. This is before The Rock had lost all hope and was in a string of bad movies. This is 2014 Rock in a wrestling pay-per-view. So, people hated Roman, right?
Yeah.
But then something strange happened.
Uh-oh.
Firstly, Joanna Wai, who is the actor portraying Roman Reigns, Joe is a survivor of leukemia.
Oh, good for him.
And he fell back into it. It came back.
Oh, no.
He fell out of remission.
Oh.
And he had to go off of TV for a while.
Yeah.
So in that time that he was off TV, and because he was going for this, he was going through this horrible, horrible thing that most people can identify with.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't had cancer, you probably know someone who has.
Yeah.
And then he comes back, and all of a sudden they start understanding how to book this guy. Because he comes back, and they realize that they are not supposed to, push this guy into your face. And they immediately have him show up and murder his family.
Huh?
Because he's got... So basically, it's an incredible story, right? Because basically, The Rock has a bunch of different cousins. You know Rikishi?
I do not.
Okay, Rikishi's a guy from the 90s. He's a big fat Samoan guy, like to throw you against the ropes, and he threw his butt right into your face.
Oh Lord!
Called it the stank face. It was a horrible move, and everyone went, "Ew! Ah!" It was the most devastating move in professional wrestling.
Oh my god!
So, Rikishi is a legend. He had two sons, twin boys, Jimmy and Jay Uso. They are like these turbo babyface. Everybody likes them. They're constant underdogs kind of guys. Tag team champions forever. And while Roman was off TV dealing with his own stuff, they decided to break up the tag team and go on like these single runs. And Jimmy Uso gets lightning in a bottle. On fire. He is so over. He has generated so much face heat. Everybody loves him because we'd seen him wrestling for like 10 years now. He never really had a chance. Vince never gave him the push that he so rightfully deserved. He managed to come out, start a singles run. He connected with the audience. Everybody loves him. And he's in. He's getting his push. We can get behind this guy. He's like the turbo underdog. And he has to go up against Roman in Roman's like return to form. Oh my god, this guy just killed cancer. And he's going to come out and he's going to be like the coolest guy ever. And Roman comes out and beats Jimmy Uso to death.
Oh no.
To the point where his own brother has to throw in the towel because his brother is unconscious and Roman won't stop hitting him.
That's crazy.
Because Roman understands what it means to be the champion. He understands what it means to be put out there in front of everybody. And they will reject you, Jimmy. Just like they rejected me. Everybody loves a hero. But what they love even more is watching a hero fail. Fall short. They will grow to hate you, Spider-Man. So Roman becomes this like turbo heel by murdering his family?
That's insane.
And all of a sudden, it's generated so much better heel heat. Because now we hate Roman for the reason we're supposed to hate Roman. Right?
Right.
And then there's like a whole bunch of other stories. They gave him the human, the anthropomorphized version of a puppy in human form in Sami Zayn. And I'm not saying that he's like a literal dog man because it's wrestling. You might be able to believe that, but no, he's just like a happy-go-lucky, fun-loving dude. And they let him like slip into Roman's bloodline, which is this like big faction of all of his family members who he recruited to be his muscle. And this guy like slips in there and everybody loves him. And then they have to betray him and everybody hates Roman again. It's awesome. It's just like these highs and lows. But it's like that idea of generating that natural heat is what you want, right?
Right.
Whereas in AEW right now, in All Elite Wrestling, there is another wrestler, a man by the name of Trevor Mann, formerly known as Ricochet. Well, still known as Ricochet in wrestling. Ricochet rocks, right? He's like this big flippy guy. He's one of the most athletic, talented guys that you've ever seen in wrestling ever. He does like cool, awesome stuff all the time. Yeah. Every one of his matches is electrifying, really fun to watch. The man could jump 3,000 feet in the air and do like 600 backflips while he's doing it. It's crazy. So, Ricochet needs to find a way to develop heat.
Yeah, right.
And creative is not helping him at all. So he's literally just going on Twitter and trash talking the fans.
Oh. Uh-oh.
And that's his big push.
Well, you gotta do something, I guess.
And that's what it feels like with this whole Penguin show, right?
Yeah.
Because he's going out and doing that, and you're not like invested in the story. You're invested in like the behind the scenes metatextual storyline nonsense. You're invested more in the writers who were dumb enough to write that.
Yeah. Because it's like, yeah, he's trying to, like you said, generate the villain heat because we forgot we need to make him the villain to fight Batman, because if Batman just punches a guy who's actually for the people, that'd be bad.
I mean, I think that's like, that's a noble cause. I'm glad that they gave him his own show. If they want to have like a cool Batman show where the Penguin is like the big villain and we understand his motives, where he came from and stuff like that, it'll make us be able to relate a little bit more to the story being told.
Yeah.
Like, that's noble, but give him a funny little sidekick.
Because what's weird about it is you can't explain the reasoning to me, because for all intents and purposes, Harley Quinn should not exist. Like, you can't, even in a cartoon, which, if you really want to call the Batman series a cartoon, I mean, I know literally it is, but like, oof.
It's art.
It's art.
It's just straight art.
And the way the Joker is presented in that show and the way he is presented across media, he should be the last one to have anybody of notable name be close to him.
Yeah.
Like, period. And then she's not even like a Joker character anymore. She's basically a Bat family member. So like, you didn't even keep that. So it's weird that when we have the Penguin get a little guy, and he's the coolest guy, he runs all the work. When Cobb even
if he's for the people, like, you can keep the cool little guy on the Penguin side. Like, we should root against the Penguin because he's a criminal.
Right.
For the love of God, he is a villain. Like, he can have heroic attributes. I mean, people, for the love of God, people root for Heisenberg.
Yeah.
And we want to root for Heisenberg because we've seen where he comes from and know his struggle. Heisenberg is not something to aspire to be because he's a villain.
Exactly.
He's a criminal. He gets over on he pushes himself up on the shoulders of the already downtrodden.
Exactly.
Like, we don't need an excuse to hate the Penguin. He's a criminal.
And then the bad part about all of this is that it's going to be for nothing anyway, because if this really does get the gears turning, which it will, we're going to throw Penguin in the garbage anyway. For who? All together now.
Le Joker.
Exactly. So it's pointless.
It's either got to be Joker or Girl Joker.
Yeah, or forget both of them. We have Punchline, which you gave him 2. I forgot about that. You gave him 2. Why did you give him 2? He has Harley
because
Quinn.
He's got that carry, man.
Le Joker.
We can't give Two-Face 2 sidekicks. He didn't star in The Killing Joke.
We can't give Clayface a wife at home because that would ruin him, right? No stability for anybody. No, I hate DC.
I mean, at the end of the day, you don't really want to have stability for your villains. You want to give them a reason why they're villains.
Yeah.
Like, it works for guys like Sandman, because he's a victim of circumstance.
Yeah.
But do we want Clayface to just be Sandman? Or do we want him... Like, Sandman is a guy who, like... He's like, oh god, I have to save my family. I'm going to use these powers because I'm in a desperate situation. I think it's funny with Clayface, because he's like, I got these cool powers. I'm a victim of circumstance. Time to make some money, dude!
Yeah, why is he more realistic? Like, no, I can be the best.
Well, they're both real.
Go on.
I mean, they're both realistic depictions of what would happen if this happened to a person.
True.
It's just that they're two different characters, and I like that they're two different characters.
That's true. That's fair. And then Sandman goes inside Spider-Man's gut and pops him.
Oops.
That happened.
Oh.
In the comics. Oh my.
Why would you do that?
Oh, that was bad. Oh, Lord.
It's very funny. Because I read a lot of Spider-Man comics.
Yeah.
It's very funny just seeing how much Marvel Comics loves just giving Spider-Man utmost misery.
Yeah, and he will never be successful. He will never not be a teenager. He will always be broke. The only time when he's rich is when Dr. Octopus is him as Superior Spider-Man. Which is correct.
I forgot about that.
Superior Spider-Man owns. Oh my god, he's so effective. Like, oh.
I love Superior Spider-Man when Doc Ock first becomes Spider-Man. And he punches a criminal for the first time. And the criminal just like, his head spins twice. No. And Doc Ock like looks at his hands and goes, "Dear Christ, he was holding back.
He could have killed all of us." That's so cool, though. That is the best. He's like the realization, like, oh, he's a monster. I'm a monster.
He was this strong all this time.
I like when this happens. This is another example of this when Fisk threatens because Fisk's boys shoot Aunt May. Peter goes into the prison as Spider-Man, takes off the costume and beats Fisk to death. And then after he beats him, he pulls him up by his titty meat and say, "If Aunt May doesn't make it, I'll be back here. I'll shoot webs. I'll shoot webs down your throat and make you suffocate." Like,
oh my god. Was that Black Suit Spider-Man?
No, that was regular Spider-Man. Regular.
Oh my goodness.
Because his boy shot Aunt May and she was in a hospital and he was not having it. He said, "No, you're not fighting Spider-Man. You're fighting Peter Parker from Queens." Like,
yeah, you made this. You got to fight Peter when you made this personal.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Pulls him up by the boob. It's crazy. Oh, but yeah, Marvel is cool. I'm sorry, DC. Also put Dr. Voodoo in Marvel Rivals. I like Dr. Voodoo. Have him
I'm surprised Daredevil ain't in there yet, man.
He's coming. Oh, Daredevil, Punisher's here already. No, Ghost Rider. Oh my god.
Like, Ghost Rider gotta be in there at some point, dude.
Run people with a motorcycle. Yeah.
Motorcycle that you can drive on the walls as your ultimate.
Oh yeah, and then have him voiced by Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for, baby. So yeah, I can see Marvel is cooler than DC. I give up. I give up.
I don't know, man. Marvel's been in the tank for a while.
I mean, yeah, but this video game is shining.
This video game is shining. Kill the Justice League.
Ooh.
I think it speaks for itself.
Ooh, stinky. Dr. Boomerang.
Kill the Justice League? More like kill DC Comics.
Kill Warner Brothers. Oh, speaking about it, I forgot. Yeah, Multiverse is still bad. I saw a video the other day that reminded me of you. And they said, "Yeah, I'm still mad. How is Ben 10 not in this?" And I said, "Yeah, Zakk.
How is Ben 10 not in it, dude?
That's crazy. The fact that you come back and you give us Banana Guard, you didn't want to succeed. You didn't. It shows. And then
I mean, it's very important though. I mean, they came back. They completely redid the roster. But did Rain Dog make it?
Oh, Rain Dog made it twice.
Thank God.
I can't.
I know I tell this joke every time. It's so funny.
And every time,
how much they love Rain Dog.
I'm throwing into an explanation of like, could you imagine if Smash did this? Like, where's the thought?
Well, fortunately for Smash, like Smash Brothers did do that.
Yeah, bro.
Like, no, Smash Brothers did do that. Smash Brothers did put the director's OC directly into the game.
Master Hand.
Fortunately for Smash, the director's OC is named Kirby.
Oh, true. He did get another go around though, because they put another OC of his. Well, a redesigned OC called Pit.
Yeah.
No, Pit Icarus owns. So, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I want it on the Switch so bad, dude.
Me too. You know what I thought about? I keep thinking about this and I keep forgetting to tell you about it. I would love it. This is completely impossible, but seeing as how they're very similar games, Secret Boss is Bayonetta.
That'd be funny.
And then in Bayonetta 4, Secret Boss is Palutena. Do it. Because they have so much camaraderie in Smash. They have their own like special Palutena's guidance.
Yeah.
And there's lore about Bayonetta killing like hundreds of Centurions or whatever the angels are called.
Yeah.
So I would love it. Because they're both action adventure games with rail shooter sections. Because there's a rail shooter section in every Bayonetta game, and there are rail shooter sections in Kid Icarus. With that being said, for the Switch 2, please, new Kid Icarus. Thank you.
All I'm saying is, if Warner Brothers got a team together and made a Kirby clone and called it Rain Dog, I think that this would be a much better roster pick. It would if they had a game. If they had a game first,
it would make more sense because you know you're in the gutter when you have Raven here now, with not a big as posterior as Susan Storm, not as big, but comparable, and you still can't make money. You're cooked. You're so cooked,
dude. It's crazy. People are.
Go on.
They are dying of thirst out there.
And then you get a YouTuber every once in a while say, you know, I'm still playing the game. I'm still playing Marvel Rivals. I mean, what's it, Multiverses? I'm like, all right,
Multiverses.
All right, dog. You sure are.
I mean, if it's your favorite game, more power to you, man.
Yeah,
if you can find joy in that, I'm happy for you.
Yeah. I mean, have you considered other? No? Okay. They've considered other games. Nope. This is it. This is for them. Now, would it be bad if they put Mr. Incredible in Marvel Rivals?
I kind of like him in Multiverses, too.
Wait, what?
I think I don't know. Mr. Incredible.
Because he's Disney. Disney owns Marvel.
True.
Put Elastigirl in it.
I'm trying to think of like what we could do. I feel like it would be better if like after we get the Fantastic Four in there.
Yeah.
If we could have like skins maybe.
Yeah.
Like if we wanted to do something along those lines as a whole character slot. I feel like we have so many great just Marvel characters that we don't need to make this a crossover game with other properties.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't necessarily, because I mean, Star Wars will also be on the table, but then like you really don't need to make
this. And I really don't want to see Darth Vader in this game.
Nah, because then like why have Darth Vader? You can have like literally anybody else. Like yeah, MODOK could be in it.
Magneto is already in the game.
True. And then what's a swordsman? I mean,
Magneto has a sword move, but
yeah, there's a swordsman. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. That's very much like Darth Vader.
Deadpool. Taskmaster.
I think it was Taskmaster. Like low key. Right, because he was in Marvel. He was in Marvel 3. Put Taskmaster in. Oh my god, Taskmaster.
Dude, I had an awesome idea for Taskmaster.
Yeah.
So Taskmaster, his whole thing is that he can like mimic the fighting style of anyone he's fighting, right?
Right, yeah.
It would be really funny if Taskmaster had no moves, but all of his attacks were team up abilities.
That's kind of cool. I like that a lot. Ooh. Oh, wait. I had what was it? More X-Men.
There needs to be more X-Men. It's insane how many X-Men there are. Cyclops is not in the game.
Put my voice like to me, my X-Men go so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Between that and Captain America, very cool.
Red Skull.
Red Skull would be kind of cool to have.
Falcon
would be awesome.
Oh my god, Falcon
would be kind of sick.
But what's his name? Red Hulk's name?
General
Thunderbolt Ross. Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
General
yeah.
Ross.
Oh yeah, baby. Big Red Hulk.
Red Hulk would be fun. I don't even know if we want like Red Hulk as his own character.
That's a skin.
Or if we just want to have like a Hulk skin. But then that might mess up all of the different little banter lines that they have.
But new ones in.
That'd be kind of hard to do though.
They do.
You'd have to re-record it for every character. For a skin.
They do that already.
Not really. They do it for new characters, but not new skins.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
Otto Octavius.
I mean, before Red Hulk, you got to put Abomination in.
Oh my god. I know we talked about it before, but oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah, like my big one that I'm pulling for is Green Goblin, Hell Rider, Taskmaster. Now that I have the thing in there. Because I like, when I see Marvel Rivals, I go, put Ben Grimm in the game. I don't care how you do it.
Large men in this game are very good. More large men, please.
Mm-hmm. I like how Reed Richards becomes a large man.
It's very good.
He's so funny.
I would like 3 large people. I would like the Juggernaut, the Rhino, and the She-Hulk, please. Because I want a redo. Because there's no She-Hulk in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and that made me very sad.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see
much.
A good representation for She-Hulk.
I need 90 She-Hulk. Make her break the 4th wall. Like she used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. And yes, so I can goon. Yes. I would like to goon over She-Hulk. I'm saying this on the podcast. Yes, I would. So I could put her in the thumbnail. I enjoy She-Hulk immensely. What's the
She-Hulk would be really good to have.
Juggernaut? Oh.
Like, Juggernaut just feels right for this game.
Oh, and then he clashes with Ben. Oh my god. It's so good.
I'm trying to think, it's like, what would be a fun character to have in the game that could perform like a double lariat with Hulk?
Oh, Ben Grimm.
Ben Grimm would be good for that, honestly, yeah. I'm very interested to see like what kind of team ups we get, because Mr. Fantastic only has like the 2 new characters only have a team up with each other.
That makes sense. They're married.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine. Well, yeah, I would imagine all 4 of them will have a team up together, right? That makes sense.
Probably.
Ben and Hulk. Now, if Kamala does get it, it'll be nice to see Kamala and Fantastic.
That would be fun. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Miss Marvel, but I think in terms of, like, we have Gwenpool representation with Jeff the Landshark.
Right.
In terms of, like, modern Marvel stuff, it's like, Miss Marvel is, like, the big cheese. That is what they've been putting all of their stocks in the comics world.
And this may give her the push she needs.
Yeah.
Which will be nice. And then, speaking of...
They might do her better than the comics.
Which would be nice.
Which would be nice. Because the comics are not that great, but I love the idea of the character.
I'm very touch and go on the comic just for how she's drawn. Mm-hmm. Like, it's different in One Piece because the style is very goofy and fun. But like then when she's drawn very realistically and you see her like with a big head next to Spider-Man, it's funny. It's just like, oof. Oof. But no, I'm not opposed to her at all. I think she's a good character in concept. I like a lot of things about her. I think they were cowardly with the Marvel show because they gave her like purple energy attacks to stretch instead of her arm actually stretching. Like, no, do the arm stretch. You know you want to.
Mr. Fantastic proves that we can do it.
Yeah.
So do it.
Do it.
And she could... Maybe that's why Mr. Fantastic doesn't have a swing move. Maybe she'll be a funny swinging character.
Because they try, which I wouldn't say do all this, but through the grapevine, through sources that may or may not have, how can I put this lightly, certain ideology, or they may or may not be weirdos. The idea was, I don't know if Marvel was doing this, the idea originally was to replace Spider-Man with her, which was not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to replace Spider-Man.
I don't. If that was the case, no way.
Spider-Man's been the biggest thing in comic books since the 60s, my guy.
Yeah, that wasn't happening. However,
like if there's a Mount Rushmore of comic book heroes, it's like 3 DC guys and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Spider-Man.
And he's stumbling over saying, "Who are these losers?"
Yeah.
But to your Green Goblin point, now, alternatively, we can have Batflyer Green Goblin that we all know, but there is another Green Goblin that Miles Morales fights who's like Abomination.
That'd be kind of cool.
So I mean,
basically that's like Ultimate Goblin,
yeah. So I'm like
Ultimate Goblin as a what do you call it? Ultimate Goblin as like a super maybe.
That'd be cool. Like
would be kind of fun. He's like a flyer character. He's a flyer character, and then he like stops being a flyer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he does what Reed does, basically.
Yeah,
in a way. Or no, what Banner
no.
does.
Yeah, like basically, it's like he's a flyer character, but his ultimate puts him on the ground for a little bit.
Yeah,
and then he just starts swinging.
Yeah. Either way, I think
so. Kind of like a stance character in a way, but not really, I guess.
Yeah. Either way, I think Goblin would be a great addition.
Goblin would be great.
I want Octavius so bad. I want my Dr. Octopus so bad.
Octavius would be. That's soul right there.
It's because he's never in Marvel. They actively like took him out for what's the Doctor Strange villain that's just an eyeball with a bunch of tentacles?
I know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, Shagaroth.
Yeah, they chose Shmagaroth over him.
Yeah.
Which is like, man.
Yeah, but to be honest, I don't think Disney owns Octavius.
Really?
Like they put him in the new Spider-Man, but they only get the rights like temporarily from Sony. Because Sony owns Spider-Man. That's why they're making all the Venom movie and stuff.
Right. I bet you after this game generates even more money, they'll start reconsidering.
They'll just start buying everyone from Sony.
Yeah. Because you know what? Sony... Okay, we could talk about Astrobot now. Because... I hope this is the path. I don't think it will be, but I hope this is the path. But give it your experiences with Astrobot, bro. Again.
Incredible game. My issue with trying to buy back Spider-Man if you're Disney is that Spider-Man is enormous for Sony. I'll talk about Astrobot as soon as I'm done here, but for Sony, Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, those are the 2 games that they've made for the last 2 console generations.
Yeah.
So to just kind of get rid of that because Disney has a load of money right now, I don't know.
I don't know.
Doesn't really feel right to me.
Maybe they wouldn't be in such a busy.
if you made Sly Cooper on the Fox engine.
If you just made Sly Cooper, oh my! I say this every time. I cannot believe Ratchet won.
Yeah,
Ratchet is not that good.
Imagine Sly Cooper in a post-Hitman world.
Oh my! Sobbing.
Like it just wins.
It's so good. It's perfect. It's actually perfect. The style. You know what's crazy too? Now, in terms of this is my personal bias. In terms of style, in terms of world, Sly is number 1. Second is Jack, and fourth it is Ratchet and Clank. Who's third?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
God of War.
Yes. I will refuse to give
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, no, they're in 8th. That's crazy.
Sony really wants you to buy that game, dude.
When you told me that Aloy is last or aioli sauce is last, I'm like, that.
I like the fact that her name is Alloy. That's funny.
Yeah, especially seeing how
she's like a robot game. Ha ha. It's funny, but like, was that game that popular?
No. You know
Did
why?
that game like save the PlayStation 4?
No, it doomed it because every time it came out, a better game came out alongside it. When the first one came out, guess what came out? Breath of the Wild. When the second one came out, Elden Ring came out.
I mean, they seem to have put a lot of stock into that game, though. Like, it has to have been like, it has to have done something.
No, brother, in this day and age, I don't know what's making money and what's not half the time. Because they will. Oh, Spider-Man is in Astrobot. Never mind. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They put him in the DLC with Tomba.
Oh. It's perfect. I'm watching the trailer now. Oh my god.
Astrobot.
Oh my god. All the boys.
It's so funny because PlayStation had absolutely none, zero faith that Astrobot would do anything. And it ended up being the best game ever.
They're perched on the place. There are just times like this. I'm like, why can't you just be how I remember you?
Well, it's weird with PlayStation. It's just weird in general nowadays because, like, a lot of this stuff is built along making investors happy, making, the people with a lot of money even more money. Right? So, the idea... How do I say this? Back in, like, the 90s, 2000s, let's say 2000 and... I don't know, let's do a random number. 2007, for instance.
Yeah.
The philosophy for making games back then was to just make lots of stuff. Put 5 million shovelware games on the PS2. And then give sequels to whatever worked. So we've already built the foundation of what works. So we're just continuing to give sequels out to stuff. And we don't want to make new stuff because it costs $100 million to make new stuff. And when we make new stuff and people don't want the new stuff, Concord happens. And now that game is going to be used as an excuse to never make a new IP again.
Yeah. The fact they put Worms 3D in Astro. I'm in awe.
They put Worms in that game?
Worms is in Astrobot. I'm looking at the trailer again right now. Worms.
Oh. I don't remember seeing that. That's crazy.
He's the weird pink guy in the military helmet.
Okay.
Tomba is... okay, I'm sorry. I'm full of
Tomba's
emotion.
clean.
I'm filled with emotion. I'm bawling on the other side.
They remembered Tomba.
I don't say this a lot. I played Tomba 2, right, on the PS1 when I was a tiny baby. After playing so much Zelda and I understand what Zelda is now, if Tomba succeeded, Tomba would beat the brakes off of Zelda. I say that with so much confidence. I'm not lying. No, it would have. But it wasn't so. Croc is here.
It was not meant to be.
No, it wasn't. It's all right. No, it's not. But it's okay. But yeah, Overwatch doesn't exist anymore, and that's all right.
The world is healing.
Yeah, maybe if you had Tracer with her grippers out, you could have made some money.
Dude, it's kind of crazy though, because like Overwatch is like the last big original IP that's come out.
Yeah, and it has died so quickly. You know?
I mean, it feels like Blizzard sabotaged that game.
I'm wondering if Blizzard...
It's crazy what they did to that game.
I don't know what a lot of these companies now, like Microsoft too with Xbox, I'm wondering, are they trying to liquidate some things? Because
make our maybe make it terrible so no one cares when Microsoft shuts down the studio.
Like, and then sells the things off. Now, I will say with this, I would love Rare to go back to Nintendo. That would be kind of great. So I can have Viva Pinata again. But I don't know. And Ubisoft is cooked. Sega should buy Brayman. Because all the Ubisoft news is terrible. Everything's losing money. You hear me, dog?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you just thinking? My bad.
I was reading something.
All right.
But like, it's also wild what's happened to Ubisoft, man.
Yeah, it's gone.
Cause like, you can actually feel the decline of Ubisoft. Like, you can feel it happening in real time.
Yeah.
Hang on. But yeah, you can literally feel the decline of Ubisoft happening in real time from that moment that the CEO looked at the camera and said, people need to stop. People need to start living in a world where they don't own the games they buy.
That's
right?
Crazy.
Like that line is the decline of Ubisoft.
I have a theory.
When every other company already is doing that.
Yeah.
You have to sign a product license agreement on every new game that you buy.
Even when
it's in the terms and conditions of the new Monster Hunter game.
Oh my god.
It's in the terms and conditions of Street Fighter 6.
Oh.
Capcom is doing this. Ubisoft is just the only company dumb enough to say it out loud.
And they've ruined the party for everyone.
No, they only ruined it for themselves because no one knows that Capcom is doing it.
Yeah, true, because I did.
No one knows that Marvel Rivals is doing it, but Marvel Rivals is free, so it's not like you're buying a thing.
Right. You're just buying cosmetics.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a man.
Like, every game that you buy is that now.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, I don't think Nintendo is forcing you to sign a EULA yet, but that feels like a Nintendo move.
I'm surprised it happened. Speaking of Nintendo, oh well, maybe we
Switch 2, baby.
Switch 2, excited for it. I don't know if you're okay with me switching topics this quickly, but
I don't care.
I've been playing a lot of Power World recently. I mean, a lot of it, and they added a Skyrim's map worth of DLC to this game for free.
That's crazy.
Because it's still in beta. So, I mean, the game is still being built. And the amount of new places I have found is insane. There's a whole, everything Pokemon has done now, Power World has done infinitely better. Because like this appears in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as well, where you can send your guys out on little expeditions and they can come back with items.
Yeah.
Power World now has that.
Oh.
You can build a facility in your base and you can send all the guys from your box that you're not using on an expedition to find you useful items.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm trying to think literally everything. You can now get items that will just increase your rank, which I guess is the equivalent to your EVs or something, even though it's not really like that. There's so much stuff that they have done. And I'm wondering if this continues, there won't be a point to buy a Pokemon game. Because I'm starting to lose hope simply because Power World.
I'll have to see how the new Legends game turns out because I like the last one.
The Legends, literally, Legends is what the franchise should be.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. And I know I've talked to some other people I know and they're against it. But listen, if they have what Power World has, right? If they just make Power World without guns, you win.
Mm-hmm.
You win. Because the fact that I can catch a bird, right? Make a saddle for that bird, and I can fly on him whenever I want and go anywhere. That's the game.
That's the power fantasy right there.
That's the power fantasy. That's what I want. I want to fly my dragon. Even if you get silly with it, and like say you find a big Pidgey, like a really, really big one.
Yeah.
And you can fly on him, do that. Because why not? Not to make the pun, but like, why not?
Just imagine a video game being fun.
I don't want the legendary to ride on. I don't care if he's a lizard bike. He's ugly.
Yeah.
He's kind of cool, but he's ugly. Like, I appreciate that they did all the story stuff to make you endeared to him. But I didn't catch him. He's a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
He's still a stranger. And the fact that now, even in Power World, there are these little random events that just happen where like NPCs beef with each other in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you can catch a monster out of that conflict and now have him builds a story in your head for that monster that you just caught.
Yeah.
Because now you've saved this weird little baby from getting bullied and you've raised him up and now you can go back to that area and wipe out the area with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Does that matter? No, but the fact that you can make that narrative, the fact that you have the freedom to even do that is magnificent.
It's massive.
It's quite massive. Okay. I know that meme, yeah. Yeah, it's fantastic. It truly is.
It's fantastic. But like I said, I'm like one of Power World's greatest haters.
That's fair.
It's certainly not for me. I don't like the general vibe of it.
Fair.
But I will always say I'm glad it exists. And I certainly hope that Pokemon lives and learns from it.
Then something needs to happen, dog. Because it's I have not played it yet, but the fact that we got a whole new Zelda style on top of Breath of the Wild existing. The fact that every single franchise that was on the Switch is better and more. We got the first 3D Kirby game because like things like Kirby 64 were 2.5D. They weren't 3D. So the fact that every series has been elevated and Pokemon is still down here in the dirt of the GameCube is crazy. Not calling the GameCube bad, but the fact that we have not elevated is wild.
And considering just how much money those games make. Well, I guess not the games, the franchise.
Yeah.
But even the games are like top 5 on the Switch.
They make bank. Even when they're bad, they make bank. And the fact of the matter
is that's why they're bad, though, because why would we make a good game when a bad game still sells?
That's true. It's really telling to me, and I can't shake the feeling. the fact that PLL exists, the fact that Pokemon Legends Arceus exists, means to me that you know how to fix everything. From the competitive aspect to the gameplay loops to the capturing. You know how to fix all of this very easily, very quickly, and you choose not to.
I mean, did Game Freak make PLA? Or was that a different team?
I don't know. I think it's Game Freak. If it's not Game Freak, they need to hire them all the time. Yeah.
Let me look this up real quick.
Yeah.
Because I know they put out like 3 Pokemon games in a year. It was nuts.
True.
Developed by Game Freak and published by Nintendo and the Pokemon Company.
Oh, there's no excuse then. You know then. You all actually know, and that's the worst part. Now we'll see if they ruin it with Z or Zaza, wherever it's called, Pokemon Legend, because it's in a city. Which, okay.
I mean, the first thing that I wanted was Pokemon Legends in a city.
Yeah.
Because, like, when that game came out, I went, oh my god, if I can catch Rattata in New Donk City.
That's true.
Go to the sewers and catch a muck.
Fresh out of someone's sewage system. Very good.
You can get some, you can buy some seeds and you can feed the pedo.
Yeah, oh, that's nice. I like that. And then Pheasant shows up and you kick him away because I don't want that. You're ugly. I hate it. Especially male on Pheasant. Get out of here. But yeah, I'm hopeful. Good things can happen. The Switch 2 is on course to be quite good. I'm not a downer about it. They need to have a good launch title though. Or a good launch. Well,
I could think of a pretty good launch title.
What's that?
Metroid Prime 4, baby.
True.
Like, Nintendo has to have learned from the Switch. They're gonna have a meaty lineup in the next year. It's gonna be insane.
Also, Smash needs to be out as soon as possible. Like post.
They just might do what they did with Mario Kart. They might just do like Smash Brothers Ultimate Deluxe.
Ultimate Deluxe. We've added 85 billion new characters. Have fun.
Yeah, just put the game out. All the battle passes, one package, $60 on release.
We've updated the textures, even though Smash is not bad looking. It's pretty good.
They don't need to update the textures. They need to update the netcode.
True.
If they go now with the actual netcode, that's a day one purchase, brother.
Now with a rollback netcode to help out your, because I found out recently too from a gal on TikTok. Shout out to you. I forgot your name though. You probably won't even watch this, but it's the netcode of the person, is the netcode of the game, and it's your monitor's refresh rate.
Yes,
because I did not know about the monitor bit. Because different monitors, it will play the game differently.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a difference between like a monitor.
It's a huge thing in the fighting game community.
Yeah,
that you like. It's the reason why Smash Brothers Melee, it's still played on CRTs.
True, very true. And I thought about, I'm like, yeah, I noticed that myself because I get a different experience on the monitor than on the TV. So fair point. But I am very excited. I think they should really put Kid Icarus on. Well, you know what? Not even Kid Icarus. A lot of the 3DS library.
Honestly, yeah.
It's like,
I just want Kid Icarus because I want to see a version of that game with actual realistic, not insane controls.
Yeah. Because
I want to see a version of that game that wasn't designed by a crazy person who just had to innovate.
Yeah, true. And I think a lot of games on the 3DS would be better for it if they had it.
Brother in Christ, Star Fox Command on the Switch, though.
Oh, bring back,
or not even Command. Like, just go back to the GameCube and make Star Fox Assault remade.
Yes.
Star Fox Assault Remastered would be awesome. Put put some online on there so that you can get into some Star Fox dogfights online?
Yes, please.
Because Star Fox Assault was so good. Assault was so good.
And I missed that. I have never really played Star Fox, I don't think. I've never had one.
Star Fox 64 is my best friend's favorite game of all time.
Fair though.
He loves Star Fox. He is in the dirt.
I think there should be a renaissance for like them and F-Zero, because F-Zero is good. After playing F-Zero 99.
I mean, F-Zero 99 might be a pretty decent wake up for Nintendo, but that's like still 4 years down the pipeline.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while until they find the right team to remake F-Zero.
I just think there's so much more money on the table just not being utilized. Also, I would love a definitive Bayonetta 3 edition because it runs terribly on the Switch and I cannot play it.
I mean, you could do we know if the Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible?
We don't, but there's a good... Yeah.
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah, I think it's been leaked that it is, but I can't imagine it not being backwards compatible.
Yeah, so Bayonetta 3 will be great on there.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
We don't have to pull a Last of Us 2 and remake The Last of Us 2 for the PS5, but then remake The Last of Us 2 for the PS5 Pro.
That's fair. Speaking of ports, though, I wonder what else is going to get ported to the Switch.
I think it would be kind of cool. They'll never do it because the year of Luigi failed. It would be kind of cool if you gave us all 3 Luigi's Mansion games.
You reminded me. I was going to talk to you about this. I think that's going to be the last game for the Switch.
That'd be cool.
I think Luigi's Mansion, the 3DS edition of the first one, like what they're doing with the Donkey Kong now, I think that's going to be the last game for the Switch. The original Switch. Because it doesn't make sense that we have 2 and 3, but we don't have 1.
I think they're probably working on that might be the first game on Switch too.
Yeah, I can see that too, yeah.
Luigi's Mansion remake?
Yeah. That'd be hot.
That'd be kind of cool. Your Luigi is back, baby! Worst performing year in Nintendo's history.
Oh, Lord.
I still can't believe that, man.
That's terrible.
The year of Luigi got outperformed by Donkey Kong Arcade.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
I don't know, that could be a curse because they started off with Luigi 2 on the GameCube. Luigi's Mansion was the launch title.
True. Maybe people don't like Green Mario. Can't believe it.
I like Green Mario.
I still need to play the new Mario Luigi game, though. People didn't like it, but it looks kind of fun.
I got it. I need to play it. Beautiful. Go on.
From what I've seen, all of the basic attacks are the team attacks from Superstar Saga. So every single time you want to jump on an enemy, it has a cool super move of the brothers helping each other out.
That's cool.
Which looks awesome. And that's why you play the games, because you want to do the funny, cool Super Bro attacks.
I mean, that's the point.
Yeah.
But maybe, these kids, if it's not a Fortnite, they don't understand.
No, I hear the pacing of the game is pretty terrible.
Well, I'll let you know.
But, I don't know. It looks cool. It looks funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect it to be Superstar Saga, because, good God, that is a perfect video game.
Fair.
But it might be fun.
Well, if you get it, we can compare and contrast notes.
I do still need to see if Nintendo is doing the 2 for $100 deal.
They still are. The voucher, they are.
I need to do that. Because I need to get something and Metroid Dread.
It's worth it because I did it with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Pikmin 4.
Ooh.
Back when
they have the whole Pikmin collection on the Switch, right?
Yep, the whole thing's there. Well, except for Hey Pikmin, but you don't care about that.
Yeah.
Hey Pikmin's garbage.
I mean, Diggity Dog, they put Pikmin in Astrobots, and I'm like, maybe I wanna.
Oh. Wait, they did? Oh, yeah, right, they did. Which means they put Ratchet and Clank in Astrobot.
I mean, because basically you can go back to your base, and all the little astrobots that you've been recruiting and saving and rescuing, you can put your fingers to your mouth and do a whistle, and they will gather around you, and they will help you like traverse and pick up rocks and stuff.
You can also do a tiny little party, right? And everyone starts dancing.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so big.
There is a dedicated dancing button.
That's good. This is a good
if you
video
do
game.
the dance next to Crash Bandicoot, you do his dance.
Good. So what you're telling me is Clank is old and ugly, and Astrobot's the new hotness.
We tried with Woman Clank, but it didn't work.
I don't like Woman Clank. She's orange.
I like her. I like Rivet's design.
Oh no, Rivet's cool. I know.
That's what I mean.
I thought you meant the actual robot she has.
Nah. Oh, I guess it'd be Woman Ratchet. Never mind.
Yeah. I like Rivet. I don't understand. But see, here's the thing: we don't pay attention. There was a what do they call it? Lombax. There was a female Lombax in Ratchet and Clank 2. I forgot her name. But
she died. It's unfortunate.
I guess she did because she fell off the subway after eating a hoagie. I don't know. Because never mind that. I like how we just. You know what? No, I'm going on a rant. They're so hack because Insomniac is like, oh, we can have a singular villain because they didn't do that with Spyro. So they gave Ratchet all these different villains, right? And then they became real hacked, so hack, and just said, you know what? No, we'll go back to one villain. And then Nefarious is just the main villain for the entire series. Why this is bad is because, okay, we're just Sonic the Hedgehog now with a gun. You're fighting. Cool. Yeah, I guess we are. Because we can't even have different stuff anymore because you chose the worst one.
Yeah.
The worst one. We're not about industry. We're not about what's the second one? Forgot his name. Anyway. No, we're not about anything. No, yeah, we're not about industry. We're not about industry again. We're about silly cartoon antics. We have nothing more to say. We're Eggman number 3.
Because what does Ratchet and Clank even say? Then again, what does Crash Bandicoot say?
Well, Crash Bandicoot is like, don't tamper with
a good game.
Don't tamper with the environment, I'd say. That's the message sometimes. But then it's just a good game.
Yeah.
And Cortex is better than Nefarious.
Yeah, I don't think every game needs a particular message, I guess.
No, they don't.
Like, I could wax philosophical about the core themes of, like, Jak and Daxter. But that's a pretty, I guess, dialogue, cutscene heavy game. Series, whatever.
But Jak has always been better. I'll admit it. I admit it.
Yeah, because Jak is cool.
And I was the biggest hater of Jak back in the day.
I mean, you see Jak, and he's a silent protagonist until the second game, where he says his very first words in the series, "I'm going to kill Draxus!"
Based.
My man. It certainly is 2000 whatever.
It is Zelda with GTA mechanics. Do I care? Not really. I used to care a lot, but now I don't. Because dude, that first game is so phenomenal. It is so good in every conceivable way. And then the second game, they made things different? Yeah.
Ew!
But again, it's wild that we're here and we don't have Sly, but maybe he'll come. Well, he won't come back. But maybe if Astrobot does send a message to the company that they need to change their ways, maybe we'll see some change happen. Maybe old boys will come back. Or, you know what? Maybe we'll just give a certain man who's running Naughty Dog more money to make more political pieces. Maybe that will happen. And nothing good will ever come again. But that's okay.
I mean, is that what... I guess a lot of people do consider that a political piece. Last of Us 2.
The new game as well. Nothing's confirmed quite yet, so I won't.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. They're certainly not front and center.
It's not front and center
with their politics in that game.
There was a leak though, which may or may not be true. And someone is trying to do a WW2 message, kinda. And
like the thing that happened in the 1940s.
They're trying to do one of them, and they're very Detroit Become Human about it.
Is the main villain a certain mustachioed artist from Austria?
That's what it seems like.
Literally him.
Like the bald lady's like squad leader seems to be Mustachio Man.
Cool.
Or something. But hey, they're leaks. I don't know. This could be all hearsay, which is fine. Hey.
I mean, let's be honest though. It's in space though. And nothing is cooler than racism in space. Spacism, as it were.
I'm so tired.
I mean, I've been playing through Mass Effect recently, and they got it right so hard, dude.
You know what? Mass Effect is great. It's crazy how good it is, and then BioWare just kind of blew up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a shame, but it is what it is.
I still think, like, I don't like a lot of the decisions that Andromeda makes, but there is still enough of a game in there. There is still enough potential in that to where we could have had an incredible series.
I believe it, yeah.
I think a second and third game of watching Ryder become Commander Shepard. Could you imagine how powerful that would feel?
Yeah.
If you got to be that cool by the end of the game.
I see that. I wish I had that in Bayonetta 3.
Mm-hmm.
But you know.
That's whatever, man.
It's whatever, man.
I mean, Bayonetta is like already awesome.
It is, and then they tried their best to make it bad, and I'm like, she's not.
You
Nero.
Can't ruin this.
Viola's not Nero. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I love Nero. I have played exactly one DMC game. I love Nero like if he were my own son.
Did you play 4?
No.
Then I got some great news for you.
Uh-oh.
If there's a Bayonetta 4, Viola could be Nero.
I hope she is.
Because you want to know the difference between Viola and Nero?
One game.
Versus 2 games.
Exactly. You're absolutely right.
She could come back with a vengeance in the next one. It'd be awesome.
Maybe she would. You know what, too? Like, I guess I have been called a gooner many times by a person in my comment section. I see all the comments. I know who you are. I have your IP addresses. No, I'm kidding. But
I'm inside your walls.
I would not be opposed to Viola growing up a little bit, because I think she's a baby now, so ew. But like, she gets the Bayonetta catsuit, but she wears a jacket over it. Because I guess because they're trying to give her like a tomboy angst sort of angle.
I can appreciate that.
Which I like. So give her a tiny jacket on top of it, like fuse the two worlds.
Get the punk rocker outfit.
Yeah, I like that. Because at the end of the game, she's wearing glasses and a scarf. I'm like, you're not Harry Potter. Get out of here. She's wearing a scarf because Luca wears a scarf, her dad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ew, that's gross, you nerd. Get out of here. Well, I mean, it makes sense she is a witch, but like, Expecto Patronum, oh, look at me. No, I don't want...
They made a character literally Harry Potter.
They made her Harry Potter.
I never even thought of that. That's so funny.
She's got the scar and everything. It's just over her eye.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Like, ew. Appalled. And she's got, instead of an owl, she has a cat. This is the worst. I made myself sad. I'm in the show. I hate it here.
Switch 2, baby.
Switch 2. Well, thank you for joining us on our romp through Marvel Rivals and how DC is kind of bad. If you're on TikTok, which hopefully it'll be still here by the next show, but
it will be here by the next show. It's at the 19th.
All right. Well,
so we have one more week at least.
Well, maybe it will be saved. So, if you're
they're talking about it in Supreme Court, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, anything can happen. But if you're on there, go to Pinball PA for some excellent arcade content. My boy has been cooking. I love his Astrobot video. It was very funny. Very good.
Technically, it's a Q*bert video, but you'll have to see the correlation on the TikTok.
Bro, Q*bert's good. Oh.
And while you're out there, though, subscribe to Polypede Works on the Twitch, on the YouTube, Roscoe Podcast as well, but also Polypede Works on the YouTube, on the TikTok, everywhere, brother. Hit that button.
The bar
it makes
go on. Sorry.
It makes our number go up, and I like seeing number go up.
I do like seeing number go up. It makes me very jolly, like Saint Nick. But yeah, the bar is actually open. We're back from holiday.
Don't be dodgy, boys.
See you in the next one.